All right, folks, thank you guys so much for joining me here on this Monday, April 8th. Very big week of severe weather is anticipated as we go through today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we're mainly going to be talking about today's severe weather setup, but we'll also look ahead to Tuesday, tomorrow on April 9th, Wednesday, April 10th, and Thursday, April 11th severe weather setup as well. We do have an enhanced risk of severe storms today expected across northwest Texas and northern Texas here. So let's dive right into the details. And again, folks, this is live severe weather coverage. If you guys are joining, make sure to press the like button. It helps more people to join. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's dive right into it here. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather today in the orange shaded color. This is a level 3 out of 5 on the risk scale for severe weather. This means numerous severe thunderstorms are likely in this orange shaded color. This is from Vernon, Texas, down into Wichita Falls. Abilene in play here. We zoom it in just a little bit further here. We have Graham, Texas, Sweetwater over there to Snyder, all the way over here to the Gainesville, Denton, Plano, McKinney, and the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex as we go through the day today. So we are definitely keeping a close eye on our severe weather threat. A larger area with a 2 out of 5 in the yellow here. This covers Tyler, Texas here, over to Shreveport, Texarkana. This moves further east into the Monroe, Louisiana area. And then this kind of circles back around into College Station, Austin down to San Antonio and Kerrville, Killeen up to Waco there on the I-35 corridor. West of I-35, we're talking Brownwood, San Angelo, back over here to Midland and Big Spring, and then up into Lubbock, Texas. We do have a slight risk of severe weather today, and this moves as far north as the Altus, Oklahoma region as well. Far southern Oklahoma, the closer you get to the Red River Valley there, you're going to start to see more of this severe weather potential for today. And then the dark green, we have a level 1 out of 5. That's a marginal risk. Some of the bigger metropolitan areas affected here. Oklahoma City, Norman, down to the Lawton, Fort Sill region. Over into Little Rock here as we go through today, up into the Fort Smith area in Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, down here into the Greenville, Tupelo, Mississippi region, into Jackson, Mississippi. That'll stretch over to Lake Charles and Baton Rouge, and then down into the Houston, Beaumont region, and then stretching down into Victoria, Texas. That's a level 1 out of 5 in the dark green. That's the lowest threat category for severe weather. So again, mainly we're talking about here a setup for severe weather for today, but we'll also look ahead to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we'll answer any questions that you folks may have. So make sure, again, smash that like button, folks. The more likes we get, the more people that are informed of the severe weather, especially since today is a big day across Texas for the total solar eclipse coming up in a few hours. We need to make sure everybody's safe out here. So again, make sure to press that like button. I appreciate it. Gabriel coming in with the 199. Thank you so much. Is there going to be any clouds in Michigan? I think Michigan today, for the most part, a mix of sun and clouds. So I think partly cloudy skies expected in Michigan for the total solar eclipse today. So that's what we're looking at. Again, thank you guys so much for joining on this beautiful Monday morning. It's very sunny, sun-splashed skies outside here. I'll be viewing the solar eclipse out here in northern Illinois, west of Chicago, in a few hours. It's supposed to hit around 2 o'clock this afternoon, so definitely excited about that. And again, thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. If you aren't a subscriber here to Weather on the Go, make sure you do become one, because we are going to be doing these live coverages of severe weather forecasts, severe weather live streams with live radar analysis here as severe weather breaks out this week. Also, video updates. I posted a video this morning on my channel. Do make sure to go check that out as well. It's struggling this morning. We need people to be aware of severe weather. So definitely go check that out after this live stream. I appreciate it. So let's look here at the risk categories for today of what you could see, the biggest to the least biggest threat for severe weather. The biggest threat today is for very large hail. We have a large area, a lot of Texas, southwestern portions of Arkansas, far southern Oklahoma, and northern and northwestern Louisiana in a significant hail risk here. You have a 15% chance of hen egg size hail or larger in the yellow shaded color with these dashed lines. In the red shaded color with dashed lines, that is a 30% chance of hen egg size hail or larger. So that is an even greater chance of seeing the hen egg size hail across these areas. So we're keeping an eye on the hail threat. Very formidable here. Let's look here at the tornado threat. That's our second biggest risk today. We have a large area in the green of a 2% chance of a tornado stretching from Lubbock down there towards San Antonio, San Angelo, stretching over there to Houston, Beaumont, into the Lake Charles region, Jackson, Mississippi. That'll stretch its way over there into Texarkana and the Altus region into Oklahoma. We have a larger 5% chance of a tornado within a 25-mile radius here of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You are in the middle of that 5% risk area for tornadoes. Down to Austin and Waco, the Killeen region, over there to Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, also over here into near the Monroe region. That stretches up into the Wichita Falls area, Vernon, into McKinney, Plano, over there into the Gainesville, Denton region, and this extends westward toward Graham, Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that with a 5% chance of a tornado in your area this afternoon and evening. We also do have a wind threat today as well. Damaging winds of 58 miles per hour or greater. You have a 5% chance of that across Lubbock, down into San Antonio, down into the Houston and Beaumont region, stretching over there into Baton Rouge, Lake Charles and Jackson, Mississippi, up there to the Tupelo region, into portions there of Greenville, down there into the Pines Bluff region, into Arkansas. That stretches over into the Lawton, Fort Sill area with that 5% chance of wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or greater. In the yellow, we have a 15% chance, a little bit higher of a probability of damaging winds in excess of 58 miles per hour today. This includes Wichita Falls, Vernon, down to Abilene, over to Graham, in the Gainesville, Denton, McKinney region, Plano, some of the suburbs there, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And yes, since we mentioned Dallas-Fort Worth, you are also in that 15% risk of some winds in excess of 58 miles per hour with storms today. That stretches down I-35 to Waco, Killeen, into the Austin region, over to College Station. That moves eastward of I-35 into Tyler, Texas, into Texarkana, Shreveport. That stretches over into Monroe, and also into the Alexandria, Louisiana region. So a large area at risk here for severe weather, folks. Make sure, again, press that like button. We don't have enough likes here on the live stream. Let's get those likes up. More people are going to be joining if we do press those like buttons down below, so I appreciate it. So do you guys have a specific question about any risk area that I did go over here this morning? You guys can ask your question and where you are relative to the risks of either just the general categorical severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, the tornado, the damaging wind, or the large hail risk. I can kind of break that down for your area. So if you have any questions, that's what we're doing here, answering them in the live stream. Again, we'll do live radar analysis possibly later on today. So make sure to stick around. Another live stream is possible later this afternoon and evening, so stick around for that. All right, so we got a question here. I see you're in Dallas, so we got Dallas here. Yes, Dallas, you have all three. You have the best chances of all the severe weather today that is in the categories here. So looking at the categorical outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and this will be updating here around an hour and 15 minutes from now. So this could look a little bit different, but for right now, Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Metroplex, you have an enhanced risk of severe weather. That is a level 3 out of 5. So that is a 3 out of 5 on the scale. It's a pretty decent chance of severe weather. Concerning your probabilities, looking at the tornado potential, Dallas, you have a 5% chance of a tornado here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex today, so that's a decent chance of a tornado. You have a 15% chance of winds greater than 58 miles per hour, so some damaging winds. That's a 15% chance of that. And then the hail risk is going to be your biggest threat here. You have a 30% chance. Yes, that's a decent chance, folks. A 30% chance of hen egg size hail or larger in the middle of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex as we go into either this afternoon, this evening, or tonight. So that is definitely a big deal here. So the biggest threats for you in Dallas, large to very large hail over hen egg size. The second biggest threat is tornadoes. You have a 5% chance of that. And then your third biggest is a 15% chance of damaging winds over 58 miles per hour. So that's what we're seeing there. All right, I see Round Rock, Texas. Jennifer in there. Let's see. Round Rock, Texas. I believe I did see Round Rock on here, but I will I'll look real quick for you. So Round Rock, Texas here. So you're just to the north of Austin. So same thing for you. You are in a slight risk of severe weather. That is a level 2 out of 5 on the scale there into the Round Rock region. Today, you have a 15% chance of hen egg size hail or larger in the Round Rock area. Looking at the tornado potential for your area, you have a 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point of the Austin, Texas region, which would include Round Rock. And then you look at the wind potential. It's not as great, but still a 15% chance of some winds there across that region. So you have all three modes of severe weather, the highest probabilities on the outlook today. So do be sure to remain weather aware as we do go deeper into the afternoon and the evening across the Round Rock region. Yes, Jennifer, you do. You have severe weather both today and on your Tuesday. So yes, you have back-to-back days of severe weather. I guess we can look at Tuesday real quick for you. Over here on Tuesday, Jennifer, you do have a actually greater severe weather chance as we go into tomorrow than today. But you don't want to let your guard down on today. Still a slight risk for now. An enhanced risk for now in your area that does include Austin all the way over there into the Houston Metroplex or just north of Houston there tomorrow. So you definitely have two back-to-back days of some significant severe weather potential. So your biggest chance of severe weather will be tomorrow in your area of Round Rock. David coming in with the $4.99. Thank you so much, David Robinson, for joining. We're watching you live in Monroe, Louisiana at I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I apologize. I cannot pronounce some of those parishes down there. So without getting it wrong, I'll just say you're watching from Monroe, Louisiana, from a high school there. In Mr. Robinson's room, what can we expect the next few days? So you're in Monroe, Louisiana. So let's go over here further to the east. So let's put this on for today. Let's look at the categorical outlook. So for Monroe, Louisiana today, you have a level 2 out of 5 on the risk scale. That is a slight risk for severe storms. Let's look at the categories here of severe weather that you could see today. For tornadoes, you do have a 2% chance of a tornado within your area there in Monroe, Louisiana this afternoon and this evening. For the wind threat, damaging winds greater than 58 miles per hour, you have a 15% chance of that occurring again this afternoon and this evening. And the best chance for any severe weather will be hail. You have a 15% chance of hen egg size hail or larger. That's 2 inches in diameter or larger. That is your biggest risk today in the Monroe, Louisiana area. Now, with that said, Monroe, Louisiana has 2 more days of severe weather regardless of if you see any today. So you have another risk of severe weather there tomorrow. You're in the slight risk again, but the enhanced risk is not too far off to your south and west into the I-49 corridor that stretches from Shreveport down there toward Baton Rouge. But you definitely have to keep an eye on that for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, there is actually an enhanced risk very close to you. So there are 3 days of significant severe weather that are possible there into Monroe, Louisiana. And again, let me go back to reference yesterday for your area as well, for tomorrow rather. Because there is actually a significant tornado threat tomorrow, very close to the Monroe, Louisiana area. Now, we need to watch this for tomorrow's setup. Earlier on, I was looking at some of those significant tornado parameter values. What that does is that takes dew point temperatures and moisture. It takes the surface temperatures, the apparent temperature outside, which gives you some of the instability, and then you have more of the wind shear out there. So your mid-level jet here in the 500 millibar layer, you have the low-level jet and the 850 millibar layer. That puts it all into a parameter called the significant tornado parameter, and that gives you some values. It goes up to 10 on the scale. While some of these values in northern and central Louisiana tomorrow are hitting up to 12s out of 10s. So there is a potential for a strong, long track, violent tornado tomorrow across southeastern Texas down toward the Houston, Beaumont region. Maybe as far south and west as College Station, but stretching up into the Monroe, Louisiana vicinity. Now, right now, you're under a 5% chance of tornadoes on Tuesday. I could see that getting upgraded to a 10% hatched risk, which would mean a strong tornado would be possible in that dashed line, those hatched risk areas. So definitely keeping an eye on Monroe, Louisiana for tomorrow. So hopefully that gives you a breakdown of what you can expect over the next 2 to 3 days there. Thank you for watching again from Monroe, Louisiana. All right, guys. Again, we're just doing live severe weather coverage here this morning on a beautiful Monday, April 8th. Total solar eclipse, big deal today. So we're going to break down severe weather across portions of the United States. The severe weather over the next few days will only be across the southern plains, the Dixie Alley region over here into the mouth of the Mississippi River. We're talking Louisiana, over here into Mississippi, and then stretching east into the southeast and the Ohio Valley as we go into Thursday, April 11th. So a lot of days ahead here. Very busy severe weather forecast. I'm 23 years old myself, and honestly, this is one of the busiest weather patterns we have seen in quite some time that I can remember. So that is what we're keeping an eye on this week. All right, here we got another question. We got for the Norman G, Texas region. So let me look here and see where that is so we can get you the information there. Again, I'm slowly but surely kind of upgrading my live streams, so bear with me. Pretty authentic on here, but sometimes you got to start somewhere, and I'm definitely going to be using a lot of your donations that you guys donate to me to upgrade a lot of stuff around here. My computer, my microphone, my live stream webcam. I'm going to be upgrading a ton of stuff, so my live streams in the future for 2024, later this year, and 2025 and beyond will actually be much improved. So with your donations, with your generosity, we'll get that done here as well. And of course, you don't have to donate. It's just your generosity, but I'm just kind of telling you guys that that's what is the plan for this channel. We're going to be upgrading the hardware, the microphone, the computer, the webcam, all that for my live streams here in the future. But let's get to Norman G and talk about that real quick. So you're just to the northwest of Houston. So today, the Norman G region, you are in a slight risk of severe weather. You have a level 2 out of 5 for your severe weather threat today. Tornadoes will be a 5% chance for you. The damaging wind chance for you is also a 15%. So you have a 15% chance of 60 mile per hour winds in your area today. And then for hail, you do have a 15% chance of hen egg size hail or larger today. So that is your biggest threat. And I do apologize. My cat continues to meow relentlessly outside my room. So I do apologize for that. But right now, that's what we're looking at. The biggest threat is for hen egg size hail or larger, followed by tornadoes, followed by the damaging wind threat there for your area there in Norman G, Texas. So I do appreciate your question. And again, if any of you folks have any more questions on the live stream, do make sure to add in your questions. We will be answering as many as we can here. Let's see. It looks like nobody is going to see if there's tornadoes. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally talked about the tornado threat a few minutes ago. Let's see here. No bad weather for the eclipse right now? No, because the severe weather is this afternoon and this evening. So that's why we were talking about it this morning, because we're getting ready for the severe weather this afternoon, evening. This is a forecast breakdown. So this is not live radar analysis severe weather coverage. That will be this afternoon and this evening if I do go live. Otherwise, again, each day this week we'll likely go live to talk about these breakdowns so you guys understand the probabilities of severe weather. That's why we're here this morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lady J. I appreciate it. It's for this afternoon and this evening, Sasha. So yes, we're doing a forecast this morning for this afternoon and this evening. So right now we are forecasting. Later on the live stream, if I do one this afternoon and evening, we'll be nowcasting. We're going to be talking about live radar analysis then. So let's see here. Plano, Texas. Yes, absolutely. So let's go up here to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Plano, just to the north of Dallas. You do have a very large chance of damaging hail today. We have a 30% chance of hen egg size hail or larger in the Plano, Texas region here as we go through your Monday, April 8th. Your second biggest chance of severe weather today would be for tornadoes. You have a 5% chance of a tornado in your area there in Plano, Texas. We also do have a 15% chance as of now, until the Storm Prediction Center obviously upgrades or updates their outlooks for today here in about an hour. You do have a 15% chance as of now for damaging wind potential. So definitely you have all three modes of severe weather there, and that doesn't stop there. For Plano, you have another slight risk of severe weather on Tuesday, so definitely watching out for that. The greatest severe weather though will be south of Dallas there on Tuesday tomorrow. So there's kind of the breakdown of what you can expect there in Plano over the next 24 to 48 hours. Again, folks, we have 130 people here watching, and we only have 108 likes. We need more likes to get more people on the live stream. So again, make sure if you are here to press the like button. It's a very simple click, but folks, it's literally you subscribe to the channel, you click once, you click second time on the like button, and that's all you do. And then you sit back and watch. I promise you that. Thank you so much. Again, I appreciate you being here. This is a major threat. It's going to be a very busy next 4 days of severe weather. We're talking severe weather literally from the southern plains to the deep south to the southeast, and even parts of the Ohio Valley as we go into Thursday. We're really not going to be breaking down Wednesday, Thursday today because we need to focus on the here and now. We're talking about Monday and sometimes about Tuesday as well. But we're going to focus on the here and now instead of the future. Things will likely change on Wednesday and Thursday's outlooks. Even though Wednesday's an enhanced risk, a big deal, we have a lot of severe weather to get through today and tomorrow. So that's mainly our focus here on the live stream. But we can talk about, if you guys have a question on later this week, we could talk about that as well. So, yeah, snowy's absolutely right. I know. Well, West Texas needs the rain, so we need the rain over there. Unfortunately, we're not getting any there. I see Marcus saying Abilene, Texas. So let's drop over here to West Central Texas in the Abilene region on I-20. For today, Abilene, you are under an enhanced risk of severe weather. That is the highest risk category on the outlook here for today. That is a level 3 out of 5 on the scale. We are looking at the potential for a tornado today in Abilene. It's only a 2% chance, but where there's a number, there's a risk. So definitely watching out for that. But by far, your greatest threat for severe weather will be hail. We have a 30% chance of hen egg size hail or larger. So think of a hen egg. It's very big. So we're going to be talking potentially up to baseball size hail or so today in the Abilene region with the potential of what the atmosphere could produce. And then again, we have a 15% chance of those 58 to 60 mile per hour winds or so. So definitely, again, hail, tornadoes, biggest threats. Wind is a secondary threat with the storms today in Abilene. Now for tomorrow, we can get you the threat there in Abilene. For tomorrow's outlook, you have another slight risk of severe weather, a little bit lower of a chance so far tomorrow for severe weather than today, but still a slight risk. That's still a level 2 out of 5 on the scale. We'll keep an eye on Abilene. So you have back-to-back days of potential severe weather. Again, thank you for joining, Marcus. I appreciate it. Could day 3 go moderate? What's day 3? Was that Wednesday? So let's look at Wednesday here. Again, if I can answer your questions about Wednesday, but again, we're mainly focusing on today and tomorrow. But yes, we are looking here at an enhanced risk across portions of Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Mobile, Gulfport, Hattiesburg, Laurel, Meridian, up there toward Jackson, Mississippi. Just trying to name out some of the areas I know are up here, up toward Monroe there. Alexandria, Louisiana. So we're keeping an eye on that. Yes, I could see that upgraded to a moderate risk, but they will not upgrade it to this outlook will not be updated again until later on tomorrow. I think this will turn into day 2, so they won't update this till 1 o'clock in the morning. So this will not change today at all. But yeah, right now an enhanced risk of severe weather. Well, it is an outbreak. It's an outbreak of severe weather. We have literally 3 days of enhanced risk of severe weather. So yes, that's an outbreak of severe weather. So we'll keep an eye on it. Which day is looking worse, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday? All 3 have enhanced risk. So all 3 of them are equally as intense. The categories are all the same. They're all 3 out of 5. So technically every single day is an intense day of severe weather in my opinion. So, but looks like tomorrow's tornado threat, if you're talking about like the individual, hazards of severe weather, tomorrow so far looks to be the most impressive for a tornado standpoint. We have a 10% significant tornado risk here in east, southeast Texas, getting into central Louisiana there. We could be seeing a long-tracked violent tornado potentially with one of these supercells that develop tomorrow. And Wednesday could be the same thing with another 10% hatched risk of tornadoes. So again, we'll keep an eye on that. I do promise you that. Again, that's why we're here this morning. We're answering as many questions. Again, folks, those of you joining live severe weather outbreak coverage here, we're talking, answering your questions, talking about the breakdown. Let's give you the timing on some of these storms today here. So let's break away from looking at the outlook for a couple of minutes. Let's look here at the timing of the storms. And again, there's going to be a lot of storms, folks. So we're going to try and, show you as many areas as we can here. So I kind of zoomed it out a little bit so you can see it. So this is the last couple of runs ago, still pretty, relevant. So this is going through noon time frame. We're watching storms lighting up north and west of Jackson, Mississippi, through Monroe, down in there into the Beaumont, Houston region, and even like Victoria, Texas, Corpus Christi, those areas as we go through noon. And then going into the afternoon, notice those storms will be lifting north with that warm front. We're going to start to see more warm, moist, and unstable air there. We're going to start to see more severe weather. And then supercells will be developing near Lubbock as we go into this evening. These will be the very large hail producers. That's why we have that enhanced risk-driven hail threat over there across that region. And then we'll see those supercells moving in over here into northwest Texas. We're watching Wichita Falls. Abilene, this is around 10 o'clock here this evening. Very strong storms as well from Monroe westward towards Shreveport, westbound from there into Tyler, and then down to the Waco-Killeen, Texas region. We could be seeing a kind of an arcing band of some severe weather as we go into late this evening, 10 o'clock. And I'm also concerned about a flash flooding threat. This is the area here, and I'll circle it for you folks. This is the area that I'm concerned about the potential for some flash flooding, because we're going to have several rounds of heavy rain over this area over the next several days. So I think this is going to be an area of concern if you live in East Texas, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, into west central portions of Mississippi. I think this is the area that could see 6+ inches of rainfall as we go through your, say, end of the week time frame through Friday. So definitely seeing a lot of that, and you can see very heavy rainfall there, some hail cores through the midnight time frame, and then a big MCS. Now this is something we need to keep a close eye on here, folks. Look at this. This is what we don't want to see. This is early in the morning. This is after midnight. We have kind of a bow echo signature on this HRRR model rushing through Shreveport, heading towards Monroe, Louisiana here. This could enhance our damaging wind potential into your Tuesday morning. We also have more supercells developing back here into the Red River vicinity toward the Dallas-Fort Worth area and suburbs of Plano, Gainesville, Denton, McKinney, all those areas. Paris, Texas. We'll keep an eye on those folks. But watching that bow echo, this could come through around 2 o'clock in the morning and then be racing across. So I'm actually concerned for a more enhanced potential of damaging winds today from Tyler, Texas, to Shreveport, to Monroe, to Jackson, Mississippi. So this corridor here on the HRRR model in this region, we are keeping an eye on the potential for a bow echo to develop back here into the portions of this region around the Tyler region, and then shifting its way further towards the east-southeast as we go through the nighttime. This will be around midnight to about 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's your timing. We could have a bow echo potentially moving through. That could produce winds over 70 miles per hour. That is possible with something like that if the model did come to fruition. But just take a look at the picture here, the big picture. Overnight, we're just going to see storms all over the place. It's going to be so difficult with these types of outbreaks to look at every single storm here. It's going to be nearly impossible. So if you're watching your favorite YouTuber, your favorite weatherman later, give him the patience that he deserves or she deserves, because there are likely to be multiple weather warnings, from severe thunderstorm warnings to flash flood warnings to tornado warnings. later on today, even after midnight. So just give them the patience, because it's going to be a very active, very busy next 24 to 48 hours, and really a busy week in general. So there's going to be a lot of severe weather going on here. We really need to be patient with our local weatherman, our local weather person. Definitely have to be patient with them. There's a moderate risk for, there's a moderate risk for flash flooding, I believe. I saw that earlier on. We can look at that here. Let's take this off so we can actually see it. Let's go here to the outlook for that. So for today, here's your flood outlook for today. If you're in the green, you have a chance of flash flooding. And if you're in the yellow, you have a little bit higher of a chance of flash flooding here. So Little Rock down to Tyler, Texarkana, Shreveport, that stretches over to Monroe here, Greenville, Pine Bluff, those areas, you have a slight risk for flash flooding today into tonight. And then going into the day on Tuesday, there it is. It's actually a really large area of a slight risk. The moderate risk is pretty big as well, but relative to the slight risk, it's really not that big. So the slight risk, we have a pretty big area there for flash flooding that stretches all the way up into western Kentucky and Tennessee, all the way down here into east central Texas to Dallas, Fort Worth. We have a moderate risk of flash flooding here from Memphis, Little Rock down to Shreveport and Monroe, Pine Bluff there into Louisiana, Greenville there as well into Mississippi. That's the area where we're concerned about some very heavy flooding rains. And then if we go to the day 3 outlook for heavy rain, you can see there's a large moderate risk. This is probably the one you're talking about, actually. Yes, this is a large moderate risk of flash flooding there from Tennessee, southwestern Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, northeastern portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, northwest Florida. Honestly, you guys get it. We're just going to see a lot of rain, a lot of severe weather. I mean, it's so difficult to talk about multiple days. That's why we only keep looking at just mainly today, because if we just get too far ahead of ourselves and we're talking about Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday, whatever it is, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves here. We need to really just be talking about today, and mainly just, today in itself and maybe tomorrow. But when we get to start talking about Wednesday, Thursday, just things kind of overlap and overrun, and it can get confusing, and I definitely get that. So we're going to kind of keep it more of today and tomorrow. Again, folks, we have nearly 200 people watching here. We need to press the like button. If you have not pressed the like button, I appreciate it. To press the like button, just please do it. It literally just takes 1 second to do. I really appreciate it, folks. The more likes, the more people that join. Yeah, I'll be watching the eclipse later. I have family in Henderson, Texas. Can you show what will happen today and tomorrow? Absolutely. So let's look here at Henderson, Texas real quick for you folks that live there. Into the Henderson region. So you're over there by Tyler. So you're over there by Tyler, Texas. So you have a slight risk of severe weather today. Your biggest threat for today is going to be very large hail. We're talking, again, hen egg size or larger. So we have some very large hail possible today. That's your biggest risk. Tornado threat is going to be there as well. You have a 5% chance of a tornado and your damaging wind potential there as well. You're in one of those areas where I think an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, a derecho, or like a bow echo, something like that could happen later on today. Something to keep an eye on. So probably not a derecho. I don't know why I said that, but probably a bow echo more than likely with that HRRR model run earlier on. And then for tomorrow, you have, again, we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, but tomorrow you do have another slight risk of severe weather. An enhanced risk is further to your south. That is for Henderson, Texas. Man, I'm struggling today. I'm struggling to talk today. There's just so much going on, a lot of information, so I appreciate your patience, folks. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. Thank you, Violet. I appreciate the like. Are you going live during the severe weather today when it starts? Yes, possibly this afternoon and this evening. Yeah. when you put county names out there, I can't help you. Let's see. I can try. Bledsoe County, Tennessee. Again, put your city name in there. It's so much easier. I appreciate it. But I can find out where that is anyway. Okay, so you're like in eastern Tennessee. I don't really think you're going to see much of a severe weather chance anytime soon. And let me look at Wednesday here. Yeah, you're good on Wednesday. You don't have any severe weather there for Wednesday. Let's look at Thursday. No severe weather for Thursday. I think honestly you're just going to be looking at heavy rain. So we look at tomorrow. You have that to your west. You have a slight risk of flash flooding on your Wednesday time frame. So midweek is when we'll be watching for flash flooding there into the Bledsoe County, Tennessee region. So that's over there toward Chattanooga. You have a moderate risk to your south and west, mainly just looking at very heavy rain, flash flooding potential. The severe weather is not going to happen there in your area. So hopefully that answers your question about that. Marcus, I don't remember what your area you're talking about. Okay, so let's see here. West Dallas. Okay, so you're talking about the Dallas area, Marcus. So let's look back here at that. So you're talking timing of the storms. All right, so timing of the storms today, we're going to be looking at that. So let's look back here at this morning again. So we're at around 11, almost 11 o'clock here this morning. So again, most of the morning's going to be dry, afternoon mostly dry in Dallas. It's really as we go in towards the mid-evening. So we're talking like 9 o'clock p.m., okay, so 9 p.m. to around, all the way through really almost we have a lot of rounds of severe weather. So if you're talking about just today, it looks like 9 p.m. to midnight is your best chance today for thunderstorms and severe weather. If you're talking about Tuesday in Dallas-Fort Worth, we're looking at, again, 9 a.m. picking back up with thunderstorms. That'll go through about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a break, and then more storms trying to form as we go into early Wednesday morning. So we have multiple rounds of storms here. Again, folks, just joining, we're doing live severe weather outbreak coverage here. I know it's a big day with a total solar eclipse. I get that, but we do have some dangerous severe weather that we need to inform you on. So if you are here, make sure to please press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help out more than you know. I really, really do appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Yeah, just today. Yeah, today, Marcus, 9 p.m. to midnight is your best chance for severe weather. Brianna says Katy, Texas. So again, I've heard of Katy, Texas. I don't remember honestly where it is. Again, I'm from Northern Illinois, so it takes me a second to look for some of these city names. So you're outside the Houston region. Okay, I realize that now. So I'll have to remember Katy, Texas is down by Houston. So for today, you have a threat for severe weather. It's a level 1 out of 5 in Katy, Texas today. But tomorrow, you're correct. Yes, there's a pretty decent chance for severe weather. You have an enhanced risk of severe weather tomorrow. That's a level 3 out of 5. And looking at the probabilities there, for tornadoes, you have a 5% chance tomorrow of a tornado in your area there into Katy, Texas. For damaging winds, you have a 15% chance of damaging winds, and hail is going to be your biggest risk. You have a 30% chance again tomorrow of hen egg size hail or larger into Katy, Texas. So tomorrow is one of your bigger days for severe weather there. And then you do also actually have a slight risk on Wednesday. Again, remember, we don't want to go too far ahead of ourselves, but since Katy, Texas has a level 1 out of 5 marginal today, you have an enhanced risk level 3 out of 5 on Tuesday, and then you have a slight risk level 2 out of 5 on Wednesday. 3 days in a row of severe weather potential. So make sure to stay weather aware through Wednesday there if you live in Katy, Texas. Good morning, Trudy. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Snowy says she wants a really good thunderstorm. Well, probably this summer, I would assume. As you get deeper into May, June, and July, you'll start to see more of those thunderstorms further north. Arnie says Columbus, Mississippi. So let's look at Columbus, Mississippi real quick. All right. North and east of Jackson, so we'll go over here into northeast Mississippi. And I believe your question was on the timing of the storms, if I remember correctly here, around 1 p.m. today. So, okay, you're looking at probably the total solar eclipse. So 1 o'clock, you're not going to see the eclipse today. You're going to see cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies in your area, most likely. Maybe some peaks of sun, but it's really not going to be that great of viewing. You're going to have thunderstorms to your west about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then storms will be moving in this afternoon, and really a lot of rain. We're just seeing from about 3 p.m. It's going to keep raining all the way through from 3 p.m. this afternoon in your area, literally through 6 p.m. on Tuesday without almost a break. And then you're going to have more rain going into Wednesday there with a big line of storms. So yes, we're going to have a lot of rainfall there, and honestly, it's going to be very active. So let's look here at how much rain we can expect here. This is just going through 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. The HRRR model, folks, I don't like to see this. This says over a foot of rain. Yes, a foot of rain or more in Monroe, Louisiana, up into Greenville region, and then up toward like Tupelo, we still have around 3-4 inches of rain. So a widespread swath there. That's why we have that large, moderate risk of flash flooding there for back-to-back days. I don't like to see that. In 3 days, a foot of rain is a lot, let alone a foot of rain in a month. So that's going to be a big deal. We need to keep an eye on that. Brett says, what time for storms starting in Dallas-Fort Worth? Absolutely. Let's go back here again. We're looking at, actually, we just looked at that. So 9 p.m. to midnight. That's your timing there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I mean, we could show you, but I guarantee that's what it's going to show here. So we're going to go back here and look at today's setup for Dallas-Fort Worth. We're not seeing anything really happening there until this evening and overnight. So we're looking at like very dry morning, afternoon, and then here we go, 9 o'clock, maybe a thunderstorm. The thunderstorms will be moving from south to north at first, and then we'll be watching for storms from the west. So first round of storms this evening, 9 p.m. to 10 o'clock, watching from the south from Dallas, and then west from Dallas after midnight. Those storms will be coming in from Lubbock and the Wichita Falls region, and then more storms into your midday hours on Tuesday. Those could be stronger for Dallas-Fort Worth there on Tuesday. So multiple rounds of rain there as well. Again, just joining folks, we're doing live severe weather outbreak coverage here this morning, this beautiful Monday morning on April 8th. So if you are here, make sure to press that like button, folks. Again, we have 230 people watching. We don't have 230 likes. Each and every one of you should be liking the live stream. It really just does help out more than you know. It really does. It's a simple click of a button. I promise you, folks. You click the button and it helps more people be informed of severe weather that may or may not know about this as we go through the next few days. So again, we're answering questions here. It's just very helpful. I appreciate it. We're going to try and get to 1,000 likes again tonight. So let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes again today. It's sunny now. Well, you're going to have clouds building, Arnie, this afternoon there in the Mississippi. Brianna, I forgot to ask, do we know the timing for Houston on Tuesday? Absolutely. We can answer that. So going down to the Houston region there. So here's Houston. So looking at the timing for Tuesday, so going into Tuesday here, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. We got a couple showers in the vicinity around Houston there at 6 o'clock in the morning time frame there on Tuesday. And then going into, whoops, the timing came off there. So this is 8 o'clock in the morning, still a couple showers possible. It looks like the Houston region for Tuesday, we're mainly talking about the evening hours. So we're talking mainly the evening. We have those supercell thunderstorms. The coverage of the storms may not be very widespread, but the intensity of the storms will definitely be intense. So that's why we have that enhanced risk. And the reason why the tornado potential is how it is tomorrow is a 10% risk of significant long track tornadoes. Notice these areas here, and actually I'll change to a different color. Notice here we got a big supercell here. We got a couple supercells near College Station, back toward Austin, and then just these kind of semi-discrete supercells on the backside of that line there, stretching from Monroe all the way down there towards Lake Charles and Houston. Those could be the tornado producers as we go through tomorrow evening. So mainly late afternoon and evening tomorrow there, Brianna, for the timing of severe weather. But I would not be shocked if we saw some storms, earlier on in the day for sure. Very sunny in Ohio? Absolutely. Yeah, very sunny up to the north there. You're welcome, Violet. Yes, sunshine adds to instability, so you have more sunshine, it heats the ground, the temperatures tend to warm up, and instability starts to grow. We can look at instability here real quick for today, and this is your most unstable cape. So you can see as we go through today, we'll load it in here real quick and go back to show you this afternoon and evening's instability. This is CAPE. It's called Convective Available Potential Energy. So that's what the acronym means. And you can see as we go into the afternoon, we're going to start to see these pockets of stronger CAPE start to move further north. So Dallas, we're up to around 2,000 joules per kilogram of instability. Tyler, Texas, up to around 2,500 joules per kilogram. Down into the Austin, San Antonio region, we're further south, getting close to 3,000 joules per kilogram. That's quite a bit of instability. That's some strong instability, and that's why we're going to see the threat for large hail is going to be a big deal here. And then you could see that increasing overnight, staying strong, and then re-energizing tomorrow and going into Wednesday. So multiple days of some strong instability across this region as we go through Tuesday and then into Wednesday as well. And that's why we have, that's partially one of the ingredients why we have severe weather. We also need wind shear, moisture, all that. But that is an important ingredient. You're welcome, Brianna. Thanks for joining. I don't know what you're asking, David R. About Houston to Tallahassee. You're traveling from there. Well, if you're traveling from Houston to Tallahassee, you're literally going to be traveling through severe weather. If you're talking about like Tuesday, Wednesday. So, if you're going west from Houston toward like New Mexico, then you're fine. If you're going from Houston down I-10 here all the way through like New Orleans and stuff, you potentially could be running into severe weather this week. So. Yeah, more than likely, Christy, I will probably be doing some type of live stream there on Thursday. Probably a breakdown maybe in the morning and then an afternoon update or like a live stream with radar analysis. That's definitely a possibility. Again, I appreciate you being here, Christy. I know I've seen you on the channel a few times. I appreciate it. I think I've seen Marcus here a few times, and I think, I'm not sure Brianna has been here or not, but I appreciate you guys all being here. I appreciate it. Again, we need more likes on the live stream, folks. I think it's just kind of slow today because of the total solar eclipse, but that's why we need to get this information out to as many people as possible so more people are aware of the severe weather potential. Huntsville, Texas, Evelyn. Let's look here at Huntsville, Texas real quick. And again, here in a few minutes, I'm probably going to have to go eat because I have not ate yet today. Because I was busy doing my video this morning. I actually have to still do a second video for my second channel. So if you guys are in the north central US, you included, Christy. I don't know if you, I think you said before you live in either like Indiana, Ohio, or Kentucky. I know you live in the Ohio Valley because I know you mentioned Thursday, and I know there's a risk of severe weather. If you live up in those areas, make sure to subscribe to my second channel, North Central Weather Center, that's pinned at the top of the chat. If any of you live in the north central U.S., make sure to look at that second channel for more detailed outbreak or outlooks of weather. I'll always do this main channel, Weather on the Go, but I'll also do the second channel on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and the weekends if needed for videos. So keep that in mind. Yeah, you're north of Houston. What was the question again? So you have an enhanced risk of your biggest chance for severe weather is actually on Tuesday, but you have 3 days of severe weather there. So, so for today, you have a slight risk of severe weather today. Tomorrow, you're under an enhanced risk that could include the chance for some strong tornadoes. And then going into Wednesday, you have a slight risk again. So you have multiple days of severe weather there into the Huntsville, Texas region. 3 days in a row. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Any plans on doing a May forecast? I always do. For the most, I was not able to do an April outlook video this year because April started off very, very active. If you remember, April 1st and 2nd, we had the outbreak of tornadoes across the Great Plains and in the Ohio, Tennessee River Valley in the southeast. I wasn't able to put a video out for that. But for May, as long as May doesn't start off like super crazy on May 1st or 2nd, then I'll be able to put a video out. But usually every month at the beginning of the month, I put an outlook video out for temperatures, precipitation, severe weather, snowfall, anything like that, of what you guys can expect through the month of whatever month it may be. Probably the summer, Snowies. It'll be a while. It will be a while. You're probably talking like June or July or August. So you'll be waiting a while there. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Well, again, this is the outlook for today for severe weather. I will likely be on here, potentially live later on this afternoon, evening. Be on the lookout for live severe weather coverage, radar analysis. We'll be breaking down the warnings, watches, and everything that you need to know. With live feed of coverage here later this afternoon, potentially. So definitely watch out. It's not a slam dunk that I go live, but definitely a possibility. So make sure to turn on all notifications so you guys are informed on the live stream if I go live later. If not, I'll do a video update later this afternoon, okay? So we'll either one or the other will happen. So I'll either do a video update or a live stream. We'll keep you updated on the severe weather. Again, thank you guys for joining this morning. Just kind of a short and sweet kind of update to talk about what you can expect. Unfortunately, we couldn't reach as many people as we could have. But, you know, it happens sometimes. You know, sometimes total solar eclipses are a big deal. And more people are more aware of that than severe weather. Unfortunately, hopefully we can get more people informed of the severe weather for today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here moving forward. Because severe weather is a big deal as well. And honestly, severe weather is a bigger deal than the solar eclipse, in my opinion, because the solar eclipse doesn't affect anybody. You're just looking into the sky. Severe weather affects people every day, and we need to keep an eye on this as we go through the week, all right? Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Monday. Either a video update on the main channel here this afternoon or a live stream. Be looking out for one or the other, all right? Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Stay safe, everyone.